Palantir Unmasked. Welcome to the ultimate quiz on the world's most powerful and controversial AI company. You will discover the origins, technology, and real-world impact of this digital oracle. Test your knowledge on how modern warfare, surveillance, and business are being reshaped by artificial intelligence. The Digital Oracle. This section explores the unique minds and historical events that led to the company's creation. You will learn about the fusion of Silicon Valley innovation and national security demands. By the end, you will understand the foundational philosophy that drives the company's mission. What was the original inspiration for the company's name? A. A mythical Greek oracle. B. A supercomputer from a science fiction novel. C. An all-seeing stone from The Lord of the Rings. D. The name of a classified government project. C. An all-seeing stone from The Lord of the Rings. The name Palantir refers to the indestructible crystal balls in Tolkien's fantasy epic, used for communication and seeing events in other parts of the world. The other options are incorrect. The name was chosen for its literary reference to seeing what is far off. Who are the two contrasting co-founders of the company? A. A military general and a Wall Street banker. B. A libertarian tech mogul and an eccentric philosopher. C. Two former Google engineers. D. A brother-sister duo of data scientists. B. A libertarian tech mogul and an eccentric philosopher. The company was founded by Peter Thiel, a libertarian investor from the PayPal Mafia, and Alex Karp, a philosopher with a doctorate in neoclassical social theory. This unlikely pairing defines the company's unique culture, blending hardcore engineering with deep philosophical underpinnings. The other pairs are factually incorrect. What major global event directly spurred the company's creation? A. The 2008 financial crisis. B. The fall of the Berlin Wall. C. The September 11th terrorist attacks. D. The launch of the first iPhone. C. The September 11th terrorist attacks. The company was founded in 2003 with the mission to solve the core problem identified by the 9/11 Commission, which was a failure to connect the dots. The goal was to create a tool that could unify disparate intelligence data to prevent future attacks. The other events are unrelated to its founding. What was Peter Thiel's key insight from his time at PayPal that he applied to national security? A. That analyzing transaction data in real time could identify and stop fraud. B. That a subscription-based model was more profitable than advertising. C. That viral marketing was the key to rapid growth. D. That open-source software was more secure than proprietary code. A. That analyzing transaction data in real time could identify and stop fraud. At PayPal, Thiel's team developed a system to detect fraud by finding faint signals in massive datasets. He realized this same principle could be used to find terrorists by analyzing intelligence data. The other options relate to different business strategies, not the core data analysis insight. Which U.S. government agency was a crucial early investor, providing both capital and legitimacy? A. The CIA's venture capital arm, In-Q-Tel. B. The National Security Agency, NSA. C. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA. D. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. A. The CIA's venture capital arm, In-Q-Tel. In-Q-Tel provided a critical $2 million seed investment that gave the company access and credibility within the secretive world of intelligence agencies. This connection was vital, as traditional Silicon Valley investors were hesitant at the time. The other agencies were not founding investors. What is the official title of the eccentric Philosopher, co-founder Alex Karp. A. Chief Technology Officer. B. Head of Research. C. Chairman of the Board. D. Chief Executive Officer. D. Chief Executive Officer. Despite his unconventional background and intellectual persona, Alex Karp serves as the CEO and public face of the company. He is known for his philosophical monologues and acts as the bridge between the engineers and their government clients. The other roles are held by different individuals. What core failure of intelligence agencies did the company aim to solve? A. The lack of satellite surveillance technology. B. The inability to connect data points from siloed agencies. C. The shortage of on-the-ground human intelligence agents. D. The difficulty in decrypting enemy communications. B. The inability to connect data points from siloed agencies. The 9/11 Commission found that agencies like the FBI and CIA had the necessary information but failed to share it effectively. The company was designed to break down these data silos and create a unified, actionable picture. The other options represent different intelligence challenges. The operating system. Here we dive into the technical heart of the platform, exploring how it transforms raw data into a functional digital twin of an organization. You will learn about the key architectural components that enable both analysis and action. This section demystifies the software that powers global operations. What is the semantic abstraction layer that translates raw data into a digital model of the real world? A. The ontology. B. The data lake. C. The ETL pipeline. D. The neural network. A. The ontology. The ontology is the core of the system, representing business concepts like customers, products, or soldiers as digital objects and defining their relationships. It is not a simple data model, but a dynamic, semantic representation of an entire organization. A data lake is just storage, an ETL pipeline is a process, and a neural network is a type of model. Which of the three main platforms was originally designed for government and intelligence clients? A. Foundry. B. Apollo. C. Gotham. D. Titan. C. Gotham. Gotham is the original platform, optimized for the graph and network analysis required in intelligence work, such as mapping out terrorist cells. Foundry is for commercial clients. Apollo is for deployment, and Titan is a specific military hardware system. What is the key difference between the Foundry platform and traditional data pipelines? A. Foundry creates a closed-loop system for action, not just passive analysis. B. Foundry only works with structured SQL data. C. Foundry replaces all existing databases and systems. D. Foundry is exclusively a data visualization tool. A. Foundry creates a closed-loop system for action, not just passive analysis. Unlike traditional one-way data pipelines that end in a dashboard, Foundry allows users to take actions that write back to source systems, creating a feedback loop. It integrates with, rather than replaces, existing systems and is far more than just a visualization tool. What is the function of the Apollo platform? A. It is a tool for building financial models. B. It is a social media analytics dashboard. C. It is an autonomous deployment system for continuous software updates. D. It is a hardware accelerator for AI models. C. It is an autonomous deployment system for continuous software updates. Apollo functions like a sophisticated, super secure version of Kubernetes, allowing for the continuous delivery of updates to the Gotham and Foundry platforms. It can operate even in highly secure, air-gapped environments without an internet connection. The other options describe entirely different functions. The ontology is composed of objects, links, and what third crucial component that enables action? A. Dashboards. B. Reports. C. APIs. D. Action. D. Action. Actions are the verbs of the ontology, defining how users can modify objects, such as updating inventory or changing a delivery date. This is the key feature that makes the platform an operational system, not just an analytical one, as it allows for writing changes back to the source systems. What is the primary focus of the Foundry platform? A. Social network analysis for law enforcement. B. Optimizing complex business processes like supply chains and manufacturing. C. Securing corporate email and communication systems. D. Training large language models from scratch. B. Optimizing complex business processes like supply chains and manufacturing. Foundry is tailored for the corporate world, integrating data from ERP, CRM, and IoT systems to model and manage complex business operations. Social network analysis is more typical for Gotham, while email security and LLM training are not its core functions. What is the primary purpose of the ontology's links? A. To connect the platform to the internet. B. To define the relationships and interactions between objects. C. To provide hyperlinks to external websites. D. To secure the data with encryption keys. B. To define the relationships and interactions between objects. Links are the verbs that connect the noun objects in the ontology, defining how they relate to each other. For example, a customer object places an order object. This creates a rich, semantic map of the organization's operations. The other options are incorrect functions. The AI revolution. This section covers the latest breakthroughs that place the company at the forefront of the AI revolution. You will discover how large language models are being integrated into high-stakes operational environments. Prepare to learn about the future of AI-driven warfare and enterprise intelligence. What is the name of the platform that integrates large language models into operational workflows? A. Artificial Intelligence Platform, AIP. B. Generative Pre-trained Transformer, GPT. C. Large Language Model Operations, LLM Ops. D. Autonomous Cognitive Engine, AC. A. Artificial Intelligence Platform, AIP. AIP is the specific name for the company's platform layer that allows organizations to securely use LLMs and other AI agents within their existing Gotham and Foundry systems. GPT is a general term, while LLM Ops and ACE are plausible but incorrect names. What is the primary advantage of connecting AIP to the ontology? A. It allows the AI to browse the public internet more quickly. B. It gives the AI access to real-time, trusted, and context-rich data. C. It automatically translates the AI's output into multiple languages. D. It increases the raw processing speed of the language model. B. It gives the AI access to real-time, trusted, and context-rich data. By connecting to the ontology, the AI can answer questions and suggest actions based on the organization's actual, structured data, preventing it from hallucinating or using unreliable public information. This grounding in reality is its key security and relevance feature. What is Project Titan? A. A new database system for financial clients. B. A satellite constellation for global imaging. C. A project to predict stock market movements. D. An AI-defined mobile command center for the U.S. Army. D. An AI-defined mobile command center for the U.S. Army. Titan is a contract to develop mobile ground stations that fuse data from space, air, and ground sensors in real time. The system uses AI to identify targets for long-range weapons, positioning the company as a prime contractor for military hardware. How does AIP ensure that sensitive data remains secure when using LLMs? A. By encrypting all questions sent to the internet. B. By using a specially designed, publicly available AI model. C. By anonymizing the data before processing. D. By enabling the use of LLMs on private, classified networks. D. By enabling the use of LLMs on private, classified networks. A core feature of AIP is that it allows organizations to run powerful AI models completely within their own secure networks. This ensures that proprietary or classified information never has to be sent to an external, third-party service. What capability does AIP give to an AI that goes beyond simply answering questions? A. The ability to write its own code. B. The ability to generate realistic images and video. C. The ability to design new hardware. D. The ability to suggest and execute actions within the system. D. The ability to suggest and execute actions within the system. AIP allows the AI to be an active participant in workflows. For example, after identifying a problem, it can propose a solution like rerouting a shipment and, with human approval, execute that action directly through the ontology. The rapid adoption of AIP in the U.S. commercial sector led to what significant outcome? A. A major government investigation into the company. B. The company abandoning its government contracts. C. A revenue growth of over 70% in that sector. D. A partnership with all major social media companies. C. A revenue growth of over 70% in that sector. The company ran intensive AIP boot camps to quickly demonstrate the platform's value to corporate clients. This strategy was highly successful, leading to a dramatic and rapid increase in its U.S. commercial revenue. What is the main goal of the Titan system on the battlefield? A. To provide medical assistance to wounded soldiers. B. To deploy autonomous robotic soldiers. C. To handle military logistics and supply chains. D. To drastically shorten the time from sensor to shooter. D. To drastically shorten the time from sensor to shooter. Titan's purpose is to accelerate decision-making in combat. It fuses sensor data and uses AI to provide targeting information almost instantly, enabling long-range weapons to engage threats faster than ever before. In the trenches, discover how the technology is applied in some of the world's most critical and high-stakes situations. This section covers its use in modern warfare, from counterterrorism to international conflicts. You will learn the real-world consequences of deploying this powerful analytical tool. In a war in Ukraine, the software is reportedly responsible for what critical function? A. Identifying the positions of enemy forces for targeting. B. Managing the distribution of humanitarian aid. C. Securing Ukrainian government communications. D. Translating Russian communications in real time. A. identifying the positions of enemy forces for targeting. Alex Karp has stated the software is used for the majority of targeting in Ukraine. It analyzes satellite imagery and other intelligence to pinpoint Russian military assets for precise strikes. The other functions are not its primary reported use in this conflict. In Iraq and Afghanistan, the technology was famously used by the U.S. military to do what? A. Manage payroll for local contractors. B. Analyze drone video feeds for infrastructure damage. C. Track the flow of funds for reconstruction projects. D. Detect patterns to find improvised explosive devices, IEDs. D. Detect patterns to find improvised explosive devices, IEDs. The Gotham platform was used to analyze insurgent movements and other data to identify patterns that could predict the location of deadly IEDs. This application was one of its earliest and most well-known military successes. The company's software was controversially used by the U.S. agency ICE for what purpose? A. To process asylum applications more quickly. B. To plan and organize raids on workplaces. C. To provide language translation services at the border. D. To manage the payroll for Border Patrol agents. B. To plan and organize raids on workplaces. The company's contract with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, AC, involved using its software to build a system for planning and coordinating workplace raids to find undocumented immigrants. This cooperation sparked significant public and internal protest. What specific military objective does the technology help Ukraine achieve against Russia? A. To conduct psychological warfare operations online. B. To defend against Russian cyber attacks on its power grid. C. To enable precise artillery strikes on Russian assets. D. To manage the logistics of foreign military aid. C. To enable precise artillery strikes on Russian assets. By fusing real-time intelligence from various sources, the platform provides the Ukrainian army with accurate coordinates of Russian tanks, ships, and troops. This allows for highly effective and precise targeting with artillery and other weapons. It is speculated that the company's software played a role in which major counterterrorism success. A. The capture of Saddam Hussein. B. The location of Osama bin Laden. C. The dismantling of the Silk Road darknet market. D. The prevention of the 2006 transatlantic aircraft plot. B. The location of Osama bin Laden. While never officially confirmed due to the classified nature of the operation, it is widely speculated and reported that the company's data analysis capabilities were instrumental in the intelligence work that led to finding Osama bin Laden's compound. What is the name of the controversial law enforcement practice of using data to forecast where crimes might occur? A. Proactive patrolling. B. Predictive policing. C. Algorithmique justice. D. Data-driven deterrence. B. Predictive policing. Predictive policing is the term for using algorithms to analyze historical crime data to predict future hotspots. The company's software was used for this purpose in cities like New Orleans, drawing criticism for potentially reinforcing existing biases. The company's work with ICE was valued at up to how much? A. $127 million. B. $10 million. C. $500 million. D. $1 billion. A. $127 million. The contract with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency was a significant one, valued at up to $127 million. This high-value partnership was a focal point for protests against the company's work. The Palantir Enigma. Explore the unique business model, corporate culture, and polarizing philosophy of this unconventional tech giant. You will learn why it abandoned Silicon Valley and how it fosters a cult-like following among investors. This section reveals the ideology behind the technology. What is the company's stated mission and philosophy? A. To organize the world's information. B. To connect everyone on the planet. C. To build tools for a more open and connected world. D. To provide the technology for the defense of the West. D. To provide the technology for the defense of the West. The founders explicitly frame their work as a mission to ensure Western democracies maintain a technological edge over authoritarian regimes. This patriotic philosophy justifies their close ties with military and intelligence agencies. The other options are mission statements of other major tech companies. Why did the company move its headquarters from Palo Alto, California to Denver, Colorado? A. To be closer to its key military clients at the Pentagon. B. As a statement against what it saw as the anti-patriotic culture of Silicon Valley. C. To take advantage of lower corporate tax rates in Colorado. D. To find a larger pool of available software engineering talent. B. As a statement against what it saw as the anti-patriotic culture of Silicon Valley. CEO Alex Karp was highly critical of other tech giants for refusing to work with the U.S. military while profiting from user data. The move was a symbolic and physical rejection of that culture, aligning the company more with government and industrial centers. What affectionate nickname do the company's retail investors on platforms like Reddit often use for CEO Alex Karp? A. Daddy Karp. B. The Carpinator. C. Captain Karp. D. Uncle Alex. A. Daddy Karp. On forums dedicated to the company's stock, CEO Alex Karp is often lovingly referred to as Daddy Karp. This reflects the unusual, cult-like following he has cultivated among a passionate community of individual investors. What is a meme stock? A. A stock that is considered a running joke by financial analysts. B. A stock that gains popularity among retail investors through social media hype. C. A stock that belongs to a company in the entertainment or comedy industry. D. A stock that consistently underperforms the market average. B. A stock that gains popularity among retail investors through social media hype. A meme stock's value is often driven more by viral attention and community enthusiasm on social media than by traditional financial metrics. The company's stock is considered a prime example of this phenomenon. What criticism did Alex Karp level against other Silicon Valley companies like Google? A. That they were not innovating quickly enough in the field of AI. B. That they were not paying their employees high enough salaries. C. That they were not sufficiently focused on consumer products. D. That they were unpatriotic for refusing to work with the U.S. military. D. That they were unpatriotic for refusing to work with the U.S. military. Karp has publicly criticized companies like Google, stating they are not a patriotic company for shunning defense contracts while engaging in other controversial data practices. This stance is central to his company's identity. What is the company's general business model? A. A high-volume, low-cost subscription for small businesses. B. An advertising-based model where user data is sold. C. A low-volume, high-value model focused on a small number of major clients. D. A freemium model with a basic free version and paid upgrades. C. A low-volume, high-value model focused on a small number of major clients. The company does not sell to the mass market. Instead, it focuses on securing large, multi-million-dollar contracts with a relatively small number of government agencies and large corporations. When did the company first become consistently profitable according to GAAP standards? A. At its founding in 2003. B. After its direct listing in 2020. C. In early 2023. D. It has never been profitable. C. In early 2023. For most of its history, the company was not profitable, which is common for growth-focused tech firms. However, it achieved consistent GAAP profitability starting in early 2023, marking a major financial milestone. The controversy. This final section confronts the most challenging questions surrounding the technology. It examines the ethical dilemmas and societal impact of mass data analysis and predictive algorithms. You will weigh the balance between security and privacy, efficiency and freedom. What is the primary ethical concern associated with predictive policing? A. It is not effective at preventing any type of crime. B. It can reinforce and amplify existing biases against minority communities. C. It is too expensive for most police departments to afford. D. It requires placing GPS trackers on all citizens. B. It can reinforce and amplify existing biases against minority communities. Critics argue that if historical crime data is biased due to over-policing in certain neighborhoods, the algorithm will learn this bias. It will then recommend sending more police to those same areas, creating a feedback loop of stigmatization and over-surveillance. The company's philosophy of defending the West is used to justify its close collaboration with what entities? A. Academic institutions and research labs. B. Nonprofit organizations and charities. C. Military and intelligence agencies. D. Social media and entertainment companies. C. Military and intelligence agencies. The core of the company's identity is its belief that its technology is essential for Western nations to maintain a strategic advantage. This ideology is the primary justification for its deep and often controversial partnerships with defense and intelligence clients. What fundamental societal conflict does the company's technology embody? A. The conflict between open source and proprietary software. B. The conflict between security and privacy. C. The conflict between cloud computing and on-premise servers. D. The conflict between different programming languages. B. The conflict between security and privacy. The company's work represents the central tension of the digital age. Its tools offer powerful capabilities for enhancing security, but they often require collecting and analyzing vast amounts of personal data, posing a potential threat to individual privacy. The company's technology has been described as the architect of a potential global what? A. Economic system. B. Educational platform. C. Surveillance infrastructure. D. Communication network. C. Surveillance infrastructure. Due to its power to integrate and analyze data from countless sources on a massive scale, Critics warn that the technology provides the foundational tools for building an all-encompassing global surveillance system, blurring the lines between state and private enterprise. What is the central argument against the company's work with agencies like ICE? A. That the contracts were not financially profitable for the company. B. That the company became the technological instrument for a controversial policy. C. That the software was not effective for the tasks required. D. That the agency should have developed the technology in-house. B. That the company became the technological instrument for a controversial policy. Protesters and critics, including some employees, argued that by providing the tools for workplace raids, the company was no longer a neutral vendor, but an active enabler of a government policy they considered immoral. What is the name of the CIA's venture capital arm that was an early investor in the company? A. CIA Ventures. B. InQtel. C. Project Stargate. D. Eagle Fund. B. InQtel. InQtel is the official, publicly known venture capital fund of the CIA, established in 1999 to invest in technologies relevant to national security. Its early investment was crucial for the company's success and set its trajectory as a key partner to the intelligence community.